Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing today? I hope you can hear and see me loud and clear. Please, as always, give me some feedback first and then we will kick it off. Really important here. Got some juicy stuff going on today with FOMC coming up. So, yeah. Hope you're here with us. Hope you enjoy it. And as always, likes are appreciated. Give me a little feedback if you can hear and see me. How many fingers are up? Wherever you are joining us today, we are always live on X and on YouTube. So let's have a sip of water and dive into Bitcoin as soon as we have a few more people here and some confirmation on audio and video. So yeah. Please, don't be shy. And then we will dive in here. So I think everything should be good. Los Grills. Awesome. Yo-ho. See you and hear you. Fine. Andy earns crypto. All good. Very nice, very nice. A lot of people here from YouTube. If you don't know yet, we just launched a new YouTube channel with a lot of educational content. So for everyone that is new here, check it out, MMT Labs. Every week, some nice content here. Now, what did we do inside the Academy and what are we looking at here? We were long around this region here yesterday and then on the swing failure pattern. I will quickly go over that and then I will dive into Bitcoin and then we'll do some TA together because we still have like 10 minutes to go to figure out what and if we would take a trade here in general. I will be more cautious because FOMC days are crazy. So this was our long idea here yesterday locally. I told everyone I will long this region and then also live in time. And then we had something really interesting here because if you check out what happened here, you can see here we have a VWAP close, price came back into it. And I told everyone, listen, I'm going to take profits here early. We took profits, after nearly 2% move. And the reason was because if we check it out and if we go to Bitcoin on inverse, you can see how this level here was still untapped. So that is something to consider, Levels are tapped on one pair, but not on the other. You can zoom in here. You can see it was front run a little bit. But the really nice thing I love here on this terminal is I can swap, I mark out something and then I swap over and go back to the other pair and everything goes with me. Is that not lovely and smooth? So yeah, again, if you have any questions during the session here, always reach out and then you will be, it will be answered afterwards. For now, we are still pushing upwards. Please show us how you would choose the anchor for the VWAP. Oh, yes. This one here is the normal VWAP suite. So you can find it here in indicators and then I think it's community indicator VWAP suite. You add it and then you can change here what you want to see, basically daily, weekly, monthly VWAPs and whatever. And then you can also choose if they are extended. So if the closes are extended here, for example. And this one here are just the daily closes. You can see here, really nice trade to the downside. And then again here, we come back up, really nice when they are impulsive. And then we get a nice back test on the close here. And then we get a bounce. And then this one here, again, as I showed earlier here, on inverse was tapped a little bit later. And then we still got a really nice 5%er so far. Really nice. I told everyone already since quite a while that I'm looking for longs overall. So we've been long for, I think we longed this low here and then this one. And I also was live in between. The main reason here was the point of control on the monthly that is still holding. And I told everyone I want to see the single prints up here. Remember, like we discussed that already. If we undo the merges here, we can already see we have a new month here. We are still inside the value area of the drop here of the previous one. But if we merge it again together, we can still see that the profile here is really nice and really finished. But overall, we still have a low volume area here. Also, you can see it here on the volume profile now. Really nice profile, but low volume area and a single print here. So a small inefficiency here around 97K. So I would still love to pump up there. Maybe we do it now during FOMC. We will see. Locally, we were also monitoring the trend line here or the midline basically that gave us some nice SR areas. Yesterday we pushed through it and I told everyone I don't want to short here again. Really nice. Got up, got back down, and now you can see here where we are struggling with, you know, price comes in here, price pushes up, rejects, and now we are trying to push through here again. And overall, here we have the single print marked out, so that one is still there. And I would like to look at this one still. So let me quickly check. We got some other questions. Do you take into consideration scam weeks? We have a couple above us. Gazzetta, buongiorno, buonasera. Sì. Yes, we do. Arthur here, our friend inside the academy, also posts those regularly. Here, for example, you can see we have one at 98,900. Really nice community and everyone is helping out. So I'm still considering those scam weeks to be filled. So around 98,900, 99K afterwards. So for sure, we need to go off technical levels. Everything else can give us a direction, but overall we need to see, okay, this is a technical level, you know, and scam weeks for sure, the fills, but you never know how are the fills. Are we filling it fully? Are we jumping across it? It does not really matter because it can only give you an idea of, okay, we will eventually fill it. And that's why I'm also like, yeah, I will consider those scam weeks around 99K, 100K. But the main important thing here for me first is to see what is happening here at those single prints. You know, and I'm not saying that we reverse here and go back to zero, but I don't have any other juicy trade areas here above except for those single prints. So we might also not get up there now, you know, we will never know, especially with still 8 more minutes to go here on FOMC. We will see what is happening. And we have one anchored VWAP still here from the all-time high. So that is something that we can consider. Let me quickly check the volume pull that we did here just to understand where is all the delta. And I think the majority is still up here in general, but we are still far away from that. So let's quickly check out our heat maps on the lower time frame. You should also hear the beeping as always. So let me know if that works, if we are getting some aggression. So far it was pretty calm here since we started the stream. We got this nice move here up into these walls. What happened? Let's quickly have a look. 64 million. Then we came in here, the orders were pulled. You can see 34 million behind it and 30 million buys here on this side went into it. And then again, 27 million. So they pushed them right after they pulled them, they put in another 30. So 30 got filled and the rest is here. And for now, the wall is removed again. We hear the beeping now. You can hear the long liquidations coming in here hot. Not all too hot, but still for a small move like this here, we still are liquidating people, which is insane, you know, like why are people so aggressive here or trading so aggressively around FOMC? It just makes no sense for me. But yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. There is only a few nice walls above us. So that is something that we have to consider. And they switched a little bit places overall. It is not the biggest ones. They are pushed up. You can see here, this is a few minutes ago. And this too. And now those walls were moved higher. So everyone is getting their limits sorted higher. And those are also all around our 97K region. So 97K above. And it remains to be seen, you know, if they're being pulled or not, because the walls where we bounced or rejected from yesterday here, for example, they were here for a while. You can see here, going back in time, the walls were here, yeah, for quite a bit now. So that is something that always gives a nice reaction if the wall is there for a long time. But the other walls here, those are all short-lived so far, unless we drop down and range here for a while. But in general, they are. Mic is quiet. I can map it up a little bit. Give me a second. Should be better now. Sunny, let me know. And then we are good to go. Yeah. So we rejected here, but we did not fill it, and other walls are above, so there's a little bit of pressure, but also nothing really juicy to the downside. No, there's no one really interested all too much here, and this is all pretty far away. The only thing we can see here is that CVD is rising overall. So what we are looking here is aggregated CVD in general. You can see all the exchanges together, and everything here is going upwards with this little move in price. So can we class it as a strong move? Yeah, not really, because spot is going sideways overall, and the main driver here is inverse and perps. So do I want to trade something here? Do we have potential bear diffs overall? Yes, if we look at this high to this high, for example, we have potential bear diffs. And then also here on inverse, because inverse is the main driver. Let me check if everything is good. We should be better. I will bring the mic a little bit closer even. And wait, there is a question inside the academy, so I will just share the link again here. And we hear the beeping, and everything is getting crazy with a lot of longs being stopped. Do we have any levels close by? Let's check it out. Not really, nothing here. 15 minutes, let's check. Do we have anything juicy in terms of imbalances, or how are the lows here? Also, something new that dropped now is aggregated bar statistics. So consider that and check it out. And it really helps to see the whole picture now, because we can aggregate the footprints, really nice, which helps us to get a better understanding. And sometimes we only want to see certain markets, but overall, especially here in these kind of conditions, I always want to understand what is happening here. Oh, look at this, shorts being aggressive. We push. What is going on here? Longs at the highs is always very good idea. And let's dive into the lower time frame here and check. We did not reclaim anything here, so I'm not looking for a trade here yet. Let me have a look. What do we have in the close vicinity? Also here today, this morning, from the VWAP close, we got a nice move. But I don't have any juicy levels. We're still grinding along the VWAP here locally. Would I like to see more upside here in a few more minutes? Yes, people are even betting what Powell will say as his first words. Should be good afternoon. Poly market is going crazy. So always look out for crazy bets. Here, yeah, not really any juicy levels close by, no? Let's see. 250, let's put it a little bit more visible for everyone. Point of control, we're still in this little range here today. You can see how we've been going sideways and deviating. We can look at it like this. This was our impulse from yesterday, no? And we did not reclaim it. Yet we rejected twice. So probability is that we shoot up here. Then let's go into the lower time frame, because at the end, if we want to catch a scalp here together, it's starting here, I think. No. Yeah, let's have a look. And what could we do? Anchored VWAP here. If we want to be aggressive, I'm more favoring longs here in general, and I would like to see us push up higher, but we will see. It is a crazy time, and the best for sure is to stay out if you're not fast. And we are still trying to push higher as expected. Overall, I would still like to see 67K. If we would get it now, here during the stream, I would love to jump into a short with you guys. But let's see what we get first, because we see longs are flooding in. The bear diffs, will they be invalidated? Let's have a look quickly here on our lower time frame and in terms of liquidations. So where are our liquidation levels? Here, juicy levels are still below on the lower time frame. So we could look for long in this region below today's low, because we've been ranging, we've been going sideways for a bit. I will not open a trade here in the first few minutes on this FOMC meeting, really important. In general, let's check what's going on here. Delta wise, nothing too crazy. Shorts here at the highs that are just adding fire. And here longs again. Binance people are crazy. Everyone is trying to long the breakout. This is such a typical play for FOMC, because at the end, what are we? This is 1.2% move, you know? People are longing because they think we break out of here, and then we wreck them all. So let's wait a little bit longer and be a little bit more cautious. And then we eventually look for a trade here below the lows, because what we've seen here before, let's check out what's going on. 97 million buys here. So tons of longs, not the most aggressive delta. How are we looking in terms of net longs? Yeah, net longs are up here for sure. Yeah, stop out a few longs here. We can also hear it here coming in with the audio flow, and we can also hear some new trades coming in. So let's wait a little bit and then see. Potentially we have a nice void here around 90k. No, so liquidity void around 90k. That's something we can consider. Let's check out where we would be in terms of anchors here locally. I think everything is pretty flushed already. 91k here from this one. I think the rest is pretty much we could look at that eventually. It's washed already a lot, so yeah, the best candles, no? When everyone is getting stopped out to both sides. We heard it here. And still, hello everyone, Samuel. How is it going? Yes, let's watch this a little bit further. We're still within this range. I will not open a trade here yet. I want to see at least some shorts. Here we got some shorts in. For example, now what we can do is wait and check. What is it? 7 million. Not all too much. And overall we got some shorts here. Negative delta still here, shorts coming in. So the only thing, if you want to be aggressive, for example, let me check. What are we doing here? Let's go into the lower time frame. Some shorts here. We can go into an aggressive scalp if we want. So potentially holding this one here with clear invalidation. So that would be the only idea. Will I enter this one? Let me think a little bit longer. There is quite some decent shorts. Overall, I would like to see a little bit higher. So we could well be a little bit aggressive. Let's go into the lower time frame here. Do I like it? Let's go like this. Go into an aggressive one here. Let's see if it gets filled. I'm not gonna chase it all too much. Then we're gonna move stop loss here below. This is our public account. We started it a few days ago. Just a small 1K account, and I think we are up 10% nearly. We did 2 or 3 trades together. This one is an aggressive one, smaller position size. We will consider it as an aggressive scalp long here based on the shorts that we saw here coming in and the volume bubbles that came in here. So that is something to consider. Also, again, as said already in the beginning, no financial advice here. And we will be very aggressive here during those events. Smaller position size, and as soon as we get our 1%er, we will take some profits. That will be pretty much here, or we will be stopped out, which is also part of the game. But again, the only thing we can do here is we got aggressive shorts and we can look for longs, which we did. And if we get our 1%, the stream is over and goodbye. Now, I will stay here with you a little bit longer. We will see how it goes. For now, if you're new here, check out the Discord. There's a ton of information in there. Every week we are getting some nice academy drops from Kralik. Here, educational content. Last week was fixed range pull. This week, today went over how BART patterns are traded, for example. A lot of important strategies, simple strategies, also more complex strategies. But every week, some educational topics, and also on the MMT Labs YouTube. So if you're here live on YouTube, you are on the MMT Live channel. And then there's a second YouTube channel for MMT Academy, basically Labs, MMT Labs called. And you can check that one out and learn some basic stuff every week. So really interesting stuff also about footprints that dropped here yesterday, how to read it, how to set it up, what you can do with those numbers here, and what we can make of it. So yeah. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. For me, do you have any questions so far? Let's check out what we are doing locally. I would still like to see us break through this trend line. So that is something that we should consider. Eventually here, this is the first resistance that we tapped here twice, 3 times already with the anchor here from the high. And then ideally we gotta move to the point of control. So 70%, 0.7%, yeah, 0.75. We did so far on our scalp long that we took here live a few minutes ago. So if we push a little bit higher, we will take some profits. Also, we are trading on Blofin here. So if you want to sign up there, it will be one of the first exchanges that will actually be supported for trading directly through the terminal. So that will be super interesting. I'm gonna look forward to that a lot, because all the speed that we have here with the bubbles coming up, and then imagine we can just click in here and they can execute the trades from the terminal. So there's some deals going on. If I think, where is it here, Academy Start, if you check out this link, there is some deals for everyone that signs up through the MMT link. So check that out eventually. And for now, we are still, riding our long. Still riding our long. What did we get? 0.8%. A little bit more. We will take some profits. And then we will, 0.8, 0.9. Very nice. Aggressive scalp. We can take some profits in general, because the overall move was not all too bad, no? So let me close only a small amount here, for example. I will close that one. I will move stop loss into profits, and then the rest we can let go. So we are trading this here together. Every trade that I take, that I mention inside the academy, I will take here. We took 3 or 4 trades. I think 1 was a loss and 2 were wins, and the account is up by around 8 or 9%, I think, in general. Let me quickly reload that. Yeah, we're still jumping, still going. Very nice. Let me know if someone of you caught it here together with us, and if you have any questions, I will get back to them. Also, please, 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 please don't forget, likes are always appreciated. If you can give us a like and a reshare eventually on the streams here on MMTX, that would be epic. For now, we took along here a few minutes ago when we saw the aggression come in here with the negative delta and all the shorts here. So you can see here, very nice distribution on the footprint chart with a lot of shorts to the downside. And as soon as this one was reclaimed, I think around this minute candle, we took the aggressive scalp long, and now we are up around 90%, 0.9%, 1% actually. We did 1%, so nice. Can I get a like for the trade? That would be nice. What tick size do you use for footprint clusters? Which ones? This one here. This one is the main one that I look at. And I think we are in the normal mode here that automatically adjusts it for you, because I switch a lot between 1 and 15 minutes. And then I always look at the data like this and I zoom in, you know. And the most important thing for me is if we zoom in, for example, I want to see 0 clusters, some big reversals. This one here was an aggressive one, but then again, for major reversals, for example, I zoom in more and then the software adjusts it for you. You can see if we go into the 1 minute one, for example, let's go back here in time and let's see if this was a nice one. I don't think it is, because at the end the candle is already really ugly. Yeah, also though there's no 0 clusters, there's no finished auction here, nothing crazy. And the other hand, if we check the lows that we made here today, how are the lows looking? Some 0 auction, not the nicest one, because it should be at the bottom, and I really don't like that all too much. But let's say it like this, the high that we have up here is way more ugly than the lows that we got in here. So a lot of stuff to clear up to the upside. Here we got a 1, nice. This is the one that I look at the 1 minute one, for example. And the good thing is here, if we can look at it, you know, aggregated, we are like, yes, we can see all the aggregated footprints. And then we can also choose only 1 or 2. So really nice confluence. And the best confluence is if we get 0 clusters around it. And then also you have to consider tick size, you know, changes depending on what exchanges you're looking at. And if you're aggregating it, multiple exchanges, different tick sizes needed. And so I let it be on auto and I let MMT Terminal choose it for me, because at the end that is the most efficient one in terms of how I use the platform. Yeah, trade is still going. Very nice. Which exchange do you use for charting usually? Hyperliquid, Binance. Mostly aggression on Binance and Hyperliquid for now. Here, footprints and to see aggressive delta, but this changes. So the main charting here, for example, I do on Binance and Bybit inverse still. Most to mark the levels and to check for VWAP closes, for example, or mark the equilibriums or check for discrepancies. But then again, aggression here, for example, with the volume bubbles, really nice tool showing you big volume at certain clusters. You can filter it and then change it, and then we can get some nice heads up. So this one here is something, you know, logical. I don't want to see shorts at the highs. I want to see green bubbles at the highs. But if I see shorts at the lows with some aggression, that is something that I will look for more often. I'm in. Nice scalp. Andy earns crypto. Awesome, man. Nice. Yeah, mate. Got that trade with you. Paul McKenzie also. Hello, hello. Mohammed Mohamedos Manakazim is a difficult name for me. How do you trade volume bubbles when you are taking a trade? How do you get your bubbles like that? Mine don't look like that. Secret sauce. Nah. Volume bubbles are very simple. It depends. Here you have a slider. So first of all, for everyone that doesn't know what they are, indicators, official ones, volume bubbles here. It's a pro indicator. Like the majority of the tools here are free on an MT. A few of the pro tools are only for pro, as the name suggests. And volume bubbles is one of them. It's really epic. It's one of the best indicators in my opinion, because whatever we trade, you know, it's either volume or delta. So 1.2%, very nice. We took profits. We are in nice region and we are safe on this trade. So let's come back to volume bubbles. It doesn't look the same for you probably. Hyperliquid 1 minute, and then you need to check the settings in the slider here. So the threshold, you know, if we go down, you see more bubbles appear. So you need to want to have it high, but you also need to check, you know, how much are you zooming in, because it always takes into consideration what time frame and how many candles are you looking at. You know, if we zoom out, some might disappear, some might appear. And then you see it is totally random there. But for me, I always use it like this. I zoom in and then I look at the area. I look at this area. You know, I don't take a trade when we are not at a nice level or at the lows or at the highs of the range, for example. So really important for me. You know, here, for example, as we did, we came back into the low, we got aggression, we take a trade. Deep retracements, we always do that. And volume bubble settings here, for example, are around 77. And then you can take, we got some positive delta, for example, so it is time for a little bit more profits here. I was a little bit late to that, but you can see here delta wick. So if you took the trade here, for example, I would take some more profits for now on the scalp and then call it a day. Let me check, where's the automatic option in the cluster settings, please? Linoleum, oh nice name. Here, if you go to the ticker itself, custom ticks or non-custom ticks. So if you have it enabled, you can put it to 150 or 100, whatever you want. I'm normally on 100 to 250. Or you disable it and then the software chooses it for you. I think it's the best setting for aggregation because everything else gets difficult. You can have multiple charts, multiple tabs, you know, if you're that kind of guy, or if you want to look at different spot and futures or inverse differently. And then I would adjust it based on the exchange. So you go to the exchange, you check the ticker, you check what it actually is set up on, and then you can adjust the tick size here. Mr. Torreda, mate, when will you introduce long and short drawing? I don't know, but you can check out here on feedback MMT. You can do feature requests anytime. And then short, we can look at it. Or long, for example. Long, if it's here already or not. And if it's not here, someone needs to put it in there and people need to upvote it. So whatever you want to see in the software, put it in here, feedbackmmt.gg, and then upvote it. If you want to have some pairs or some exchanges, whatever it is, upvote it. You know, always upvote it. Show the developers what you want and they will add it eventually. So really important. But you can also, for long and short drawings, you know, if you want to be smart, you can do it a little bit more, because we have time, you know, as traders, most of the time we stare at charts, and then actually the time we take the trade is very short. So we have a lot of time to analyze and to draw stuff. And you can also do like this, you know, this was our trade here. I will make it red. This is the red part. No, this is our red area, and then we also draw our rectangle to the upside here. This was our long trade then basically, and here we have a nice, here we are, Here we have a nice long area. So long and short drawing fixed for now. Quick fix, but it should be good. And I would still like to see this like this here eventually. If we can get this during the session here live, that would be epic. Remember, we are doing those sessions every day inside the Academy. Would be a nice 2%er. And if you join, you will get access to the sessions, to one educational video per week with strategies or explanations, deep dives into footprints, order flow, or anything else. There's a long list of wishes that we have from members. When you introduce long man, I should have grabbed Academy when it was on sale. Yes, Academy, it's still cheap, you know, like if you consider it, Academy and the Terminal is one of the most cheap things out there. Just like if you compare it to anything else, what you get here and the quality of it, I just like the Terminal is insane. You know, I was an ADAS user for over 6 years, I think. And at the end, like the zooming alone here, you know, like how awesome is the zooming and the speed? I'm just in love with it. And the VWAPs, look at this, anchors. If you know me, because I'm trading already for over 7 years, and VWAPs and anchors are one of my favorite tools, you know. Same is with volume pools. If we consider, we take this all off here, we draw a volume pool here, no, wherever we draw it, you can draw it and change it from here, or you can change it from here. It doesn't matter, but you change it and you see how it changes. You see where is the point of control shifting. Yep, now it shifted up here. So tons of volume here, for example, you know, and you can feel it. You can see where is the volume coming in, when are the spikes growing. This is just like, oh, the intuitiveness of the tools. Like it helps so much, in my opinion, with understanding here, you know, you see where are we changing actually. So at what point in time are we changing levels? Where was the most volume transacted? What is a nice high for you for the pull or not? Like it's just like super fast. But yeah, many thanks. Well, note that the Academy is also pretty cheap because we have 3 coaches inside and you get daily updates on trades that are taken. Like here, for example, updates every day, what is happening, what is going on. Netzo is sick right now in bed, so send him some regards. He's like 40 degrees Celsius fever, but besides that, there is like tons of information shared and discussions going on. We had some really good stuff coming in here today where members, right, like also seeing all the coaches being so chill when monitoring trade and charts and how it helped them since they joined the Academy. So there was a lot of good feedback given without asking even. Members were just happy, and yeah, check it out yourself. It's I can always recommend. You can also do a 1-month trial, but at the end it's like $40, not even, you know, for a month if you pay the whole year. And I think it's really worth it because the community is epic. We have a lot of good stuff in there. And yeah, we do trades like this here every day if the market gives it. Join. Hello. Cat Patrol. Nice to see you here again, man. Please do a Boxing Day sale. Ah, man, Boxing Day is not a big thing here. And how much time did you waste waiting for ADAS to load during those years? You know, I tried to open ADAS up a few days ago, and they were like, oh, you're not allowed to open it up because you don't update it. And I really struggle because, you know, all the data aggregation that we did here, you can see it here, for example, pulling together all the stuff, everything like that I did in ADAS myself with a friend of mine who's a developer, you know, and then on every update, it had to be redone. And now they are forcing me, because before you could keep those previous versions forever and you could run them, and now they're forcing you to upgrade to the latest version. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna get there anymore. I don't use it anymore. I can't use it anymore because I would have to redo all my aggregation. And at the end, I have everything here, aggregated CVD, you know, aggregated bar stats, whatever I did, got it here now and it works way smoother. So, but yeah, used it for 1.5 years and I have PTSD. It's a really good software, you know. I love it. I learned a lot from it, and it's super stable, and it runs 24/7. I have to give it to them. Like, it's really good. It's just like too slow, and it's not moving where I want it to. You know, like I need to have everything aggregated. I need to have the option to change it quickly and not be able to. Just takes forever. If I have to code it myself, it's just not the right tool for me. I have MMT Pro. I'm in the Academy. Samuel Thompson, nice, very nice. If we have some more here with Academy access, give us a shout and share some feedback eventually. MMT Pro is the alpha. Boxing Day Academy sale will be mint. I can't promise anything. Please ask Anthony to do a Boxing Day sale. I will forward it to the team afterwards. Hi. Arcanis, nice to see you here too. See only one. I see one of my friends is here. Haha, man. Cat Patrol. Yeah, let's go. For everyone that joined later, we took this trade here earlier. I think we are up over 1%, and we took some profits already around this region here. And now whatever happens. We can even move this a little bit higher here just to cover fees and everything. We did a small trade only because it is FOMC, and it is a small account. So it's a 1K account, and we are up nearly 10% already with 3 trades and 1 loss that we did with the Academy members. I only have half of that capital here in the futures account, and the rest I will look to buy some spot eventually or do some other trades together. Now, let's see, what could we do next? This was our long idea here, basically, and so far we saw also, we analyze this one here because we saw positive delta, and we saw longs here coming in, not the most amount, but still some positive delta, similar to the one down here. So we took some profits here after seeing this candle to the upside. And here we can see the same thing basically. So really important. Now, what is next? Will I take another trade? If the market gives us one, I will also take another trade with you guys. We can also do that here. Bearish CVD diffs, missed that one here, but also did not get any juicy aggression. So the next trade, do I want to do anything here again around these lows? Not really, or between them, because we were looking at this range here. Where is it now? Here it is. This was the range here from today that we were discussing in the beginning of the session. And this was the long here from the bottom of the range, basically. We're still inside it, so I'm not all too keen, because at the end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 taps more or less. So not all too keen to jump into anything here. Let's see, are we stopped out already? No, not really. But I'm also not touching the trade anymore. So really important for me, once we took profits, either a little profit or we're getting stopped out, it doesn't matter for me. We're looking for something new now, and let's do that. Good morning, Ponzi. I was going to get Academy Black Friday, however, no one answered. Now I have seen there is heaps of other channels. I defiantly want to get it. It's a lot of stuff. We upgraded a lot of information inside. So basically what we have now is you can follow every coach here basically, and then you can basically get notifications whenever we post something. You have all the educational content, all the daily sessions that are recorded, all the layouts from all the coaches, for example, and the members, and then the coaches updates here live in time. Let's see what Krolik is saying. He shorted something here earlier, took a snipe here and gave the profits, and then short swing failure pattern here earlier. So really nice how this one played out. And yeah, a lot of stuff inside the Academy, and way more to come. We just started. Remember, we just started a few months ago. Like, some of us are doing this for years already, but the Academy with MMT just started, so there's still a lot of potential to come. For now, let's see what is next. Still fighting with this inner trend line here. It's insane, no? Like, awesome respect in general, but I would still like to push through. Give me higher, please. That would be epic. Looking for 97k still locally. There is not much. I think we are still in our trade. Yes, we are. So that's good. Very good. And very nice. Academy is definitely worth it. Arcanis, thanks a lot. Is the Academy accessible for pro subscribers? No, it's a different service, basically. Pro gives you the terminal and Academy gives you access to 3 coaches, 1 educational video a week, and daily live streams. And everyone shares their ideas and trades, basically. So whenever you have questions on how we took the trades, we will go over it. It's similar to the streams that we're doing here, just daily. So we take trades live on the streams, and because not always there is streams to be had like this, like, you know, we had here with the aggression. Sometimes it's just flat and we don't get any aggression at all. So we mark out levels, and then when the alerts are hit, you get updates inside the Academy. Today I took a loss with the Academy inside, for example. We took a long here. Where was it? Here, this one. And then I told everyone, oh, this is moving and taking forever. It grinded along it forever, like literally the whole day on the lower time frame. But we had some aggressive shorts. Where was it? Here on Hyperliquid, I think we got those aggressive shorts. And yeah, here, that was the trade. And then eventually, after a long grind, we got stopped out. But I also let everyone know that if we are not getting up there, I'm gonna cut the trade eventually. So it was a short taken and a long taken, and I got stopped in little loss. But still, it's all part of the game, and we need to be transparent about it, you know, because everyone is flashing how exactly predicted everything is and how awesome we are all the time. But the reality is way, way much more different. You lose as a trader, and losing is against the human mind, but still it is something that you need to cope with and that you need to accept and that you need to be able to speak about. It's really important, because else you will always see it as something negative, you know, and it is not negative. It is part of it. Like if you're 60% profitable, 50% profitable, it doesn't matter. You can be profitable with 30% if you take enough profits or if you have a good system. It doesn't matter, you know. The important thing is that you come out with money, and losses will be part of the game. If you're getting stopped out 5 times, if that's your strategy to catch a swing low and then you do like 30-40% moves, it's your strategy, you know. You need to know what you're trading and how you're trading it. How do you handle SP? Mark the start and end. More emphasis on the start. Gazeta. Yes, that's a very good question. Single prints. Here, this is a higher time frame single print. So this is not a big resistance. It is just the next level that I want to see based on TPO. And it does not necessarily mean that I will short here. I will look at it, and it's the next level that I am monitoring. And then for me, I treat all the levels as zones. So I will never tell you, oh, we longed the exact low at the exact week, because that is not trading. You know, it is nice and flashy for socials and to show. But at the end, the important thing is to treat everything as a zone. Wherever I see and look for a trade, I want to see something like this. You know, nice profile, nice aggressive shorts, volume bubbles eventually into the low. And then it doesn't matter if this is the start of the single print and this is the end of the single print, or if this is the start and this is the end and we go past it. Doesn't really matter. This is a zone and this is a zone. You know, wherever we get aggression in this zone, I will look for a short. But if we just grind through it slowly, we don't get any aggression, we don't get any shorts, for example. We see continuous rise in CVD, continuous longs trying to push us, because yeah, it could be a short squeeze, but it could also be some nice push, depending on how the market acts. And then I will just let it go and not short it. So really important. You don't need to have exact levels. And again, what I always teach inside the academy, what is important, you know, how do you approach a level? Because sometimes we get the aggression this was not the best aggression. This would be an ideal aggression, you know, because it's in the middle of the move, like in the middle of the retracement. But this is what we want to see. Aggression at the low of the candle, because then we can enter here, have the stop loss close by. But then again, if we enter here, for example, we enter around this candle, as we did here in the beginning of the stream, and stop loss is farther away. So we are taking a smaller position size. As you see, if you want to go back, I did not open 100% position size, and I just opened an aggressive smaller one, also because it's FOMC. But in general, change it. Don't be the 100%er, you know, slider guy, push it up to the max every time, every trade. You need to trade differently. Some trades are aggressive ones, full position, and some trades are not that aggressive. So yeah, let's see. Got any more questions? How is everyone else doing? Please don't forget a like or a reshare. Would really appreciate it. Comments are always good. And if you're enjoying the stream or took some trades here with us at the beginning of it, really nice. For now, we are waiting in our long. I think we're still in it. Yeah, we're still in it. We are above the VWAP. Let me check if this is the same here on the charts. I always check and double check. How are we looking here? Yeah, we are still above the VWAP. So I would still like to see higher. Yeah, very nice. Always check your data and compare exchanges. So here, this one we cleared already. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We can take it off, and I would still like to see a push higher. Ideally, this is the trade here, and then we can take it up to these levels. That would be the best. You know, then we are, what, 5%. Would be really juicy. And then we call it live here. So hope some of you jumped on to that with us. A few already send it, and really hope you enjoy it so far. It was a small scalp, but still profits are profits. And it's really important, you know, because everyone else is super bearish all the time here. The last few weeks, everyone is like, bear market, bear market, bear market. And I love it because it was one of the best months. You know, not every month is the same, but it was still one of the best months overall in the last, since a few months now, actually, because all the moves are huge. All the moves, all the scalps, everything we take, like the scalp we took yesterday inside the academy. Where was it? Here from this region, 2%er. And then I told everyone, listen, I want to see the VWAP close tapped on Bybit. And then from this one, 5%. 5%. How awesome is that for a scalp? You know, like awesome, really nice. So I will take this one off now. This is also support here. VWAP's back on. Do we have any VWAPs around here? Yes, maybe. There is this one here, really nice. It's just the simplest levels. 101 is the next one. So juicy level. In case we don't stop at the single prints. Keep that in mind here. Single prints, we are still positive. Since the 1st of November, a little bit before actually, when we came down, when we were dropping, I told everyone, listen, I want to see this point of control here of our merge profile. So here we have 2 months of data and a point of control that held us immensely. And we traded this one live inside the academy already, and then we also traded a retracement. So this one was the bigger one, where we also had the 786 lineup, really nice. I think we did this on a live stream too with you guys. I think I walked you over this one, and that I want to see some reversal here, so might as well be. And then we took along here. So this one, the first 83K, I think I got the entry here. And then this one here I still have open also, with the retracement into the 786 and 702 pocket. And I've been bullish from this low. Didn't change. We got some drops, yes, but overall the longs are outweighing everything, you know, like 15, 16, 12%, really nice moves. And then also here over the last few days, still pushing really nice. And we don't have anything crazy here if we look at it now. Let's see, how is this one looking? We are way into FOMC. Still potential for bearish CVD diffs, but I will not counter trade anything for now, because we also did not get, or did we? We had some longs here with positive delta, but it is not, you see, that's what I mean before. Like if we zoom in here, yes, it will highlight it, but we will never zoom in like this. We will always zoom out a little bit more to see a few more candles, and then we can decide where is the most volume here in this little last rotation. Can we drop down here? Yeah, do whatever you want. Bitcoin, it is all fine for me. Yeah. Let's check if there is more questions. No, is everyone good? Yeah, we should be good. Nice. Yeah. So, where do we leave it? This is crucial here to see what is happening. Where is it going? Are we able to reclaim it? And then what could we do? Could we trade a back this test of this line? Potentially, because it has been giving us a lot of good trades now. Really nice support and then really nice resistance. And then for sure we flashed through it, but again here, resistance, resistance. So locally, unless we start trading and trending like this, you know, we can look for something. If we are getting a slower move, we can just look for something like this, backtest and then up, for example. It will be the easiest one because we don't have all too many levels here. If we check the lower time frame, no VWAP closes, nothing. I really like to trade up. The only thing here is the point of control. So let me move this a little bit. This is the long we are in. And then the only thing here really is, okay, if we are dropping, yeah, the point of control here of this nice uptrend yesterday is around the 786. So that's the only thing that I will monitor next. Put this to the right. I don't show this one at the 702. 702. Here we go. Yeah, this is something that we could look for, potential short trade area. If we get there in the next few minutes, I will be here with you. And if not, have your alert set around the point of control. In general, I would still like to push through higher, but I don't have any levels here to short. And also above, I don't have all too crazy levels to short. So I will still remain in my longs until we lose anything. No, overall, higher time frame, everything is still bullish, bullish, bullish. Here, we did not change market structure yet. Consider this is still a higher high. We can come down. We can come down until here, until here, until here. Potentially also until here, because then we fake out both sides and then we get the move going. But I'm still bullish until the point of control here is lost. That does not mean that I will open trades here at the highs. Yesterday, we got a ton of longs, I think, into the high. Was insane. Yeah, here. Insane, people. Look at this. How epic is that? 84 million, 72 million. Volume bubbles popping up. You get positive delta. Really nice spike. Everyone aping in here. And then we get the round trip that gave everyone some pain. Yeah. Let's see. We chillin', yes, we are really good. Honestly, MMT, the academy, the terminal, the coaches, and the community is top tier. Couldn't be happier since I joined. James Roberts, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man. We're working hard here to be with you guys, and we have a really nice community, so really happy with everyone. Everyone is positive, and that's the main thing, you know, because everyone else is complaining about stuff and chilling and talking bad about other people, and it doesn't matter. We are here to trade and have a good time, and we can learn from each other, you know. Also, the coaches still have a lot to learn. Like, no one is ever at the end of their journey, and we have so many members that add value to the group, like I showed you earlier with the wicks that Arthur is sharing, for example. Insane job, you know, everyone gets notified. We have some wicks still around 99k and some nice magnets. So thanks to you guys, thanks for everyone that is in there and adds a lot of value to the group and helps out, because without you it would just be me sitting in front of my screen, which would also be sad. So what indicator do you use for level? Valdemaras one, oh, this is also a tricky name. What indicator you use for levels? For my main levels, I only use volume profiles. So BPSV here, you can see this one, and VWAPs is the main thing. Then FIBs, deep retracements, and it's boring, I know, but that's how I trade. You need to find your way for sure. It can be daily, weekly, whatever. Equilibriums, I trade a lot of equilibriums, for example. There are also some interesting levels here. For example, we can see previous month equilibrium potential, and the weekly one, I think this one is still untapped to the downside. So the weekly equilibrium, if we break down here, this is the next juicy level to the downside for me. So here, this one eventually for a scalp, and then the previous week equilibrium to the downside. But everything I trade is mainly volume or delta related, always. Also, if we pull some volume profile here, for example, we can have a look. We see the normal volume profile, but we can also then go into details here. Check out where is the delta in the move, you know. We can see most of the delta is actually up here now with a lot of longs. We want to see that? No, we want to see shorts eventually. And then we can squeeze them. But we can then distinguish local levels based on delta and where it is. Yeah. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you know where I'm looking for next. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope you enjoyed the trade. As always, a like is appreciated, so thanks a lot for that. Or give me a shout on X anytime, or give a shout to MMT on X, always appreciate it. And a reshare of the session, for example, would love it. And we'll try to do those every week here. Sometimes we get live trades, not all the time. But if the market gives it, I will for sure be here with you. And if not, I'm in the academy with our members and we do the trades there. So yeah, I think I'll leave you here. Enjoy the trade, enjoy the profits. Don't overtrade on those news events. Don't be too aggressive. Stay safe, and I will catch you all maybe tomorrow inside the academy if Netso is still sick, or latest Friday for Chart and Chill. So thanks a lot. Good night, cheers, and goodbye.